Well, it's a Tuesday morning here on AM Show. My name is Benedict Owusu. We have to talk some sports, and obviously we have to talk about the Black Stars. They are in action today in Brazzaville in the World Cup qualifier. Coach Kwesi Appiah and his team arrived in the country last night, having held their last and final training here in Accra before their departure. Now, some key players are missing due to various degrees of injury sustained, with the first game ending in a 1-1 draw, and obviously dashing the hopes of a fourth World Cup appearance. Many Ghanaians are not enthused about today's game, but midfielder Achu is calling for support.
There are a lot of surprises in football, and it's difficult, but nothing is impossible, so we just go there and then try to win. Yeah, we the players, we understand that at this point we let the nation down, but also we also want the nation to know that we were fighting for them, and it didn't go well for all of us. So we need them to support us in the next game, and we see what will happen for the future.
So that was Christian Achu. Now, Coach Kwesi Appiah insists there is a need to get the players up on their feet to deliver in today's game.
You know, all the players are professionals. It's a matter of putting this game behind them and going out there to do the best for the nation. At this very moment, it's difficult for me, it's difficult for everyone. But we will have to psych them up to forget about this game and think of how they can perform. No, you see, any team that goes into a competition with no ambition, there's kind of no pressure on the team, you know. And when you don't have any pressure on you, it's different how you behave, you know. But when there's kind of pressure on you, like playing at home with thousands on you, sometimes there are kind of players. You see, that's where the rebuilding comes in. When you bring some kind of players, some of them actually find it difficult to cope with situations like this, and more especially when you are down by a goal, you know. So, but most of them being professionals, we assume that, you know, they should be used to that. But as I said, it's not so, it's unfortunate. That's how I can put it. It's just unfortunate that they have that ambition. But we, as I said, we are in a building process. But I would have wished that we win all our games, you know, to, you know, make Ghanaians happy and make ourselves also happy.
Okay, so that was Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah. Now, Asamoah is captain of the team. He will not be available for selection due to an injury sustained in the first game at the Barbara Stadium on Friday. Now, the 31-year-old who traveled with the team to offer moral support says they have to go all out and get a win this afternoon.
Yeah, we have to make sure we overcome the critics. That is the most important thing, because we didn't do well today. You know, we have to just lift up our game and then make sure we come out with a positive result, you know, as in win. You know, we have to just go there and then make sure we make people happy, because we do agree people are not happy with our performance today, which it happens in football. You know, we have to be real here. It happens, so we have to just go there, make sure we make people happy. You know, to make sure they forget about the game against Congo at home.
So let's still stay with the Black Stars, and Vice Chairman of the team's management committee, Wilfred Osei, tells Joy Sports there is a need to encourage Jan and his colleagues to finish well in the qualification campaign.
Most of these boys traveled down to Ghana to seal the qualification for us. So if we have a paradox or irony of a situation, all we have to do is to just encourage them for them to do better next time. Every dog has his bad day, and we met our David today. We couldn't win the game. You know these boys and what they are capable of doing. I'm quite hopeful that in the return leg, they will come to the party and correct all wrongs that they did today. We may not be able to qualify, but I will urge them that at least Ghana will have to place a respectable position on the log. That is exactly what we have to do. In that, a win from the game between Egypt and Uganda for any of the sides will take the qualification out of the reach of Ghana.
So that was Wilfred Osei Palmer. He is vice chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee. So he was part of the delegation that traveled from Ghana to Congo for the game that will be played later this afternoon. Kwesi Nyantakyi is president of the Football Association. He led the team with his vice, George Free, as well as Wilfred Osei with the other players. Samajan is there. He's not going to play. He's there to offer moral support because of his injury. Aris Nafol, who could not train with the team yesterday at the Accra Sports Stadium, also traveled with the team. So 21 players are in Brazzaville for the game this afternoon. The match will kick off local time. That's 3:30 Ghana time, 2:30. So 2:30 Ghana time is when Ghana will play the Congo in Brazzaville. And also the other game in our group is the Egypt-Uganda game that will be played in Alexandria later today. It's 6 p.m. Ghana time, and definitely watch that game as well. So the dynamics or the permutations is that if Ghana is able to win this afternoon's game against Congo, and should Uganda draw with Egypt, we still stand a chance of qualifying for the World Cup. That's only if we go ahead and win our 3 matches. That's today's game, go to Kampala next month and beat Uganda. And also in Ghana, if we're able to beat Egypt, Ghana can still make it. But we just have to pray that Uganda will draw with Egypt later today. Well, I'm being... Okay, let me leave it there. Now, we have to talk the other qualifiers. And Cameroon, you remember at the Africa Cup of Nations in 2015, they won. So just 212 days after winning the Africa Cup of Nations, Cameroon are out of the World Cup qualifiers. They will not be in Russia. Yesterday, they drew 1-0 with Nigeria in Yaoundé. So 1-1 ended in that game involving Nigeria and Cameroon in Yaoundé. Remember, Nigeria had won the first leg in Oyo by 4 goals. So Nigeria in a pole position to qualify for the World Cup next year. So other matches that were played yesterday, well, actually one game was played yesterday. So I'll just take you through the matches that will be played today. Ghana will be in action in Brazzaville with Congo, and also Egypt, Uganda. So that will happen in Group E, and in Group A, we'll have Congo, Tunisia, as well as Group B. There will be Algeria, Zambia. Then Ivory Coast, Gabon is also happening. That's a Group C game with Mali, Morocco as well, also in Group C. And in Group D, we have South Africa, Cape Verde, and Burkina Faso, Senegal. So that's the World Cup CAF qualification third round, and matches that will be played later today. We'll check what happened in Europe as well and in the CONMEBOL. So let's do the CONMEBOL now. In Brazil, they've arrived in Barranquilla ahead of their game against Colombia. Remember, Brazil have already qualified. They are part of the 5 teams that have already qualified for the World Cup. So, okay, so Brazil will play Colombia later today. They've already qualified for the 2018 World Cup. So we'll check the other matches that will be in the CONMEBOL. Well, that will be on the screen. So it's on the screen now. Bolivia, Chile is happening today, as well as Colombia, Brazil, then Ecuador, Peru. Then tomorrow have Argentina, Venezuela, as well as Paraguay will come up against Uruguay. So in the World Cup UEFA qualification yesterday, Azerbaijan defeated San Marino by 5-1, and Germany, they thrashed Norway by 6-0, and Ireland, that's North Ireland, they defeated Czech Republic by 2-0. That's in Group A. And in Group E, we had Armenia, Denmark. Denmark won that game by 4-1, as well as Montenegro. They defeated Romania by 1-0, with Poland beating Kazakhstan by 3-0. And England, they finished off Slovakia 2-1, with Scotland beating Malta by 2-0, and Slovenia, they defeated Lithuania by 4-0. Then Libya yesterday actually defeated Guinea by 1-0. So yesterday 2 matches were played here on the continent. The Nigeria-Cameroon game, which ended 1-1, and also Libya defeated Guinea by 1-0 in there. So that's it by way of the qualifiers. We'll definitely update you and bring you more in our subsequent sports bulletins. And we'll build up to the Black Stars game, which is happening later, this afternoon at 2:30. 2:30, the Black Stars up against Congo in Brazzaville. So away from the World Cup qualifiers, let's do some tennis. And Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal are both through to the next stage of the US Open after winning their respective games. So both Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal are through to the next stage of the US Open. In the women's division, Carolina Pliskova also defeated Jennifer Brady to reach the quarterfinals. Okay, so that's how we end sports this morning. I'm Benedict Owusu. More sports news on my Joy online sports page. On Twitter, you get us at Joy Sports GH. On Facebook, we are Joy Sports. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the program.